Thank you guys for joining me on tonight's podcast. This is podcast number 28. And tonight I have with me BestKapkanNA,
Hey.
Mace1370,
Hey.
and Lunale. So I'll let them introduce themselves as always first, and then we'll get started. Let's start off with BestKapkan.
Hey guys, I'm BestKapkanNA. I usually just stream RTA and then I mold a lot. I'm like a bruiserish, kind of slowish player. And yeah, usually end up somewhere around top 100. Like not top, sorry, under top 100. Crab gamer.
All right, thank you, Mace.
Hey everyone, I'm Mace. I do YouTube and I also stream. I am an RTA player. I play mostly standard, sometimes aggressive, sometimes not aggressive. It just depends on my mood. And I finished Legend in, was it season 3, I think? And boomed out last season because of Carrot. So we're just going to blame Carrot for that one.
Fair. All right, and Andrew.
Hello, my name is Andrew, and I stream RTA on twitch.tv/Lunale and 2 underscores. And I've finished Legend for 3 seasons in a row.
Damn.
Triple season finisher.
Yep.
All right. And if you guys didn't know, I'm XSkyKing. And thank you everyone for joining me on this podcast. So we'll just get started. We'll start with something simple first. And so the first topic will just be about the summer event, the mini games, the skins, what you guys think about it. I am going to say something first that, just start things off is it just me, or does it feel like the summer event had a lot more time put into it than the collab?
I agree. 100%. Yeah. I thought the collab, the story was actually going to be like complex, kind of like the Guilty Gear one.
Yeah.
But no, it was not. It was just like a straight 10 mission side story, and it just ended. And it felt very, very abrupt, and it felt very, very rushed.
Yeah.
And I think that this side story definitely has a lot more work put into it.
Yeah, it was that was like the moment I saw like the preview about it, like the fact that there was a like cool little mini game. I'm like, yo, that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, well, whether or not people will enjoy it, we'll have to see because it is new. But yeah,
The volleyball looks super cute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much. Aside from that,
I don't know how that volleyball thing works actually. Like they were like explain, like you have to like tap. Is it going to be like a rhythm game? Am I going to have to actually use like
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious to see what it's going to be like for that itself. One thing sorry, go for it.
There's been like rumors of the collab being like a backup collab, right? So it could definitely be possible that the summer event had more effort put into it, seeing how like the volleyball thing looked pretty cool, I guess. And I think other people like that I asked like thought the same thing, that was pretty cool. And like a lot of people thought the collab was pretty lame. I was like, I went on Reddit and like it was like multiple threads just shitting on the collab, saying it was like a backup collab.
Yeah, that's I'll be honest, like I feel bad because like part of me is like I love the fact that we still got a collab regardless, and it's it is considered a big IP and whatnot, but at the same time, right, like if it was a backup or something, then they had to rush through it, they had to get the collab put up or whatnot. I don't know what happened in the whole process, but like
I think something definitely happened. I don't know. I think it's a definite possibility that this was a backup. I also think it's a possibility that this was the original collab, but something happened in their negotiations that made them cut some stuff or something. I don't know why that would happen, but you look at the quality of the animations on like REM, they're really good. They put a lot of effort into those. So who knows? Maybe what's the owner of the IP for ReZero? Maybe they wanted more money and Smilegate wouldn't pay him, so they had to cut back on like what was actually in it. I have no idea.
That would hurt. Yeah,
I agree. That could be a possibility. Yeah.
One of the things for me that stood out was when we first got we've only had 2 collabs, so the way I saw it was when we first got Guilty Gear, they released the banners like week by week for like a new character. This time, so that's why I expected it to happen. But then this time, it's like a 2-week thing, and boom, all the characters just came out instantly. So I was like, oh. Everything came out at once. I was really surprised about that. But
yeah, I definitely wasn't ready for that. I spent a lot of time refreshing before that actually.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of my gold I got from the hunt buff. So now I'm broke again. So yeah, I mean, I had to SSS Rem. She's waifu, you know.
Same.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it.
Now I'm out of resources though.
You're the whales.
Yeah.
What the? Okay, dude.
Okay, Andrew. Okay.
As a free to play I am, I only have one imprint on my Rem and Amelia.
Free to play. Okay. All right. Sure.
I do think that Rem and Amelia were good units that changed the meta though. So there's that.
That's fair. I think
I agree.
I think yeah, surprising like they don't feel like OP to the point where like everyone's gonna first pick them right now and like stomp a game or something or like be super impressive. But like I feel like they're actually in a pretty good spot. No.
Yeah.
It's really refreshing to have units come out and actually matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I think Carrot isn't even near as dominant as before because it's just Amelia and Rem. I mean they just kind of clapper. But I mean I've been playing a lot and honestly Amelia Carrot is very, very annoying to deal with.
Yeah, Carrot's still really strong.
Yeah. I think Amelia Carrot is still very, very annoying. So but it did change up the meta with Rem. You have another water unit that is a viable option other than Kisei and SSB, right? Other than that, we had Crow, Kisei, SSB. There weren't very many other options to deal with Carrot. I mean, in terms of water. But now Rem adds another one, you know, and she still can get destroyed by Landy and Violet. So there's balance there.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
There's this weird dance that you go through now. It's like who can go the longest without picking a DPS, because as soon as one gets picked, it's counter.
Yeah, it does feel that way actually sometimes certain games. Is that the same for you, Andrew, since you're like a cleaver?
Yeah, Cleave sucks, so I don't cleave anymore. Let's make that straight.
Wait a minute, no, what happened?
I play whatever is good. I don't play something that's bad. So. Cleave is unplayable now, so yeah, I'm done. But I do think Carrot is really overrated. I don't think he's that strong, honestly.
That's actually surprising because most people I know, you know, they feel like Carrot is like super dominant and whatnot.
I actually think Carrot hasn't been that strong even since last season, before Rem and Amelia came out. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, people definitely found ways to deal with her. I mean, like Opsig, right? You go GP Opsig, one-shot Carrot, right? Lifesteal Stenny, you know, that is a soft counter, I guess. Things like Champ Z, resist ML Ken, you know, especially with the frenzy effectiveness nerfs, those things can work against Carrot. I definitely agree with Andrew here. Like she definitely fell off. She's not like a first pick stomp, you know, not like season 1 SSB RB, pick them and you win, right? It's not like that anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. What else? Oh, let's talk about the summer, the summer event. You know, we saw a lot of images about that, and there was skins. Well, I don't know which ones are actually skins, but I did see there's a Sumseria, there's a Alexa, there was a Lucy, there was the Hazel. Like,
first off, Sumseria was tan. Okay, let's make that clear. That was pretty nice. Okay. And then second off, they made Alexa thick as fuck for like no reason. I don't know where that came from. You know, I actually don't know where that came from.
Okay, it's just
like,
me.
Damn.
Smilegate needs to implement all of those things as skins. Like, they just need to just release them as a skin. Like, all right, chat, tell me, true or false? If they release them as skins, it'd be pretty hype, be pretty happy, right? Like, bro, like all those characters look really nice. I just need more skins in general, you know?
I agree. I feel like Epic 7 suffers from a lack of skins. Like, making like a quick comparison to Summoner's War, they had a lot of kind of copy-paste skins because, you know, they had 5 elements, all the same units.
Yeah.
But they came out with a lot of like different skins for different units.
Yeah.
Which I thought was impressive, you know?
Yeah.
I think Epic 7 should try to start moving in that direction. You don't have to give them new voice lines, you know? That can just be for RTA skins if they want to do that. But I think that all these new skins, like they should just put out more new skins. It's too slow, you know?
Yeah.
It's like every single event we get one.
Yeah,
I respect that they're trying to maintain the like artistic quality of the game. I think if they flooded it with a bunch of like alternate colors, like that kind of looks cheap.
Yeah.
And one of the things I like about Epic 7 is that it really looks premium from like a, you know, artwork and animation perspective.
Yeah, because each character has like their own unique skins. Like, well, every time a skin comes out, you know, it's different. It's not just like a recolor thing. Not like
you may not like it, but it is a unique design.
Yeah.
I do think they need more of them, but I want it at that quality. I don't want less than that.
Yeah,
that's fair.
You don't want copy paste like the 5 different elements Summoner's War stuff. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't need
definitely
Bazaar in like a blue coat and a red coat.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know, Valentine Violet, but this time he's not green. This time he's
Yes.
full black. You know, he's Rylet now. Full Rylet.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, it's definitely something I want them to like capitalize on. I feel like just releasing more of the skins that they tease in the event stuff, right? We see a lot of skins in their trailer and promos and stuff like that, but a lot of them haven't turned out to be a skin yet, or we're not like last year. I think we saw one for Armintha or something. That one still hasn't released. And all that kind of stuff. I feel like lobby skins. I don't know. There's just a lot. I feel like that they could add with the skins. Stuff like that.
They don't need to add summer lots though. They don't need to add that.
Hey, maybe some people
I
like
feel
it.
like I've gotten robbed of Summer Aramintha though. Like they had her since how far back? And
last
now we get
last summer. Last summer she was there
instead.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. Oh yeah, Clarissa skin. Wait. Yeah.
I don't care about Clarissa.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I mean the skin kind of makes her look kind of. It's just like a basic skin.
All right,
right?
dude.
I mean,
All right, guys. Okay, all right. All right.
Are you a Clarissa main now? Is that it?
Wait,
She's just Rem but weaker. That's it.
Actually, that's kind of true. I can't even deny that.
Like they use the same weapons. I mean, I think they do. Either way,
Yeah.
I mean, this is the same like idea, you know.
Oh man, chat's gonna come after you for some chat gonna come after you for
that.
I'll defend him. Clarissa's a trash unit.
Okay, all right, never mind.
The only use she has is her Wyvern one shot. That's like it, like to kill the trash.
Hey, that's
I mean, Wyvern as well, but I mean, right.
All right, let's get started with the heavier hitters.
Okay.
All right. Angelica thoughts. We'll start with Angelica. What are your thoughts on, okay, well, Andrew already says that Angelica is dead. Oh, sorry, Angelica. Sorry. Cleave is already a bad thing, Do you think this makes it a lot worse?
Okay, so
it's just like absolutely insane.
I just want to say Angel of Light Angelica saved the game.
Really?
Okay, hear me out. So this has been unit called Pavel running around rampant, right? Since the end of the last season. Even as a Cleaver, I absolutely hate that unit. That unit is the definition of a whale unit. You're either super lucky with your speed gear and can build him, or you spend 100k and you can build him. I hate units like that. And he's like the first unit where I truly felt was a whale unit. And Angel of Light Angelica was probably meant specifically to counter Pavel. So she saved the game.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that. I mean, I agree with Andrew here. Like, I think she's just puts Cleave like even lower, and like Pavel Cleave, right? I really hate Pavel. The same as Andrew. I tried building it. Mine sucks dick. Like I'm just not lucky with speed rolls. I mean, but I think that her kit is very strong versus Cleave. Puts it even lower, but she's not like a good bruiserish type unit. I don't see how she could be used in like a normal standard comp. Like I just don't see a way, because she debuffs, but there's no CC, so it just gets cleansed. There's so many cleansers now.
She actually does CC. She silences.
Oh, yeah, she's also Broman.
Oh, you're right.
And her S1 is actually useful. Her S1 also silences.
Yeah, but it's 75 after Molas, right?
Yeah, good enough.
Isn't that the same as Broman?
Well, her S3 is 100%, no?
Yeah, her Broman's 100%.
Her S3 is 100%, yeah.
Her S3 is
Broman's not 100%.
Broman got shafted.
Yeah, Broman, I remember when he got buffed, everybody was like, yo, maybe this guy's new like meta, but not really. He didn't really go anywhere, I feel.
Let's talk about her skills, actually. Like, S3 wise, right? I posted on Discord, by the way, if you guys didn't, just if you want to go over it again. But S3 essentially, dispels 2 buffs from all enemies, 100% chance to make them unbuffable, and for 2 turns, and then 1 turn silence. So the character itself, like, I'll be honest, like for MO4, I'm surprised how much her skill kit like has included.
Yeah,
to be honest,
she has like an ML5 kit. It feels like.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I didn't realize this at first, but her S3 initially, I thought it was like a Bazaar skill where it hits the enemies. Apparently, it doesn't. It's a non-attack skill also.
Right.
So it doesn't hit the enemies. So yeah, as some people say in chat, yeah, Rylet is even more like just doomed at this rate, essentially.
I actually thought Rylet is really good right now, but I guess she does really good against Rylet, which is puts him back, I guess.
Yeah, that's the surprising. Like, oh, we'll talk about that too. So aside from the S3, she has her S2. What do you guys think about her S2 in general itself? Like, just like, because I feel like this skill kit was like, it was really strong. Just reading the whole skill 2 skill kit itself, like.
Somebody told me that like her S2 procs Spirit Breath and her S3 procs Spirit Breath, which lowers her Guardian of Light twice. So I don't know if it'll be up after that again. If you have 100%, like plus 30. So I don't know if that's like a viable option or just to go book, right? That was interesting. Because her S2 is non-attack and her S3 is non-attack. So you got 2 cooldowns right there.
I'm actually curious about that.
Well, it can be activated every 3 turns, and it lowers it by 1 turn every time you use it.
Yeah.
And you'll use.
I'm not sure if it lowers her S2 cooldown though. I'm not sure about that. It was just something I thought of.
No, I don't think, because that's a passive. It won't lower that.
Okay, that makes sense then. That's unfortunate because the video had Spirit Spread, right? That's why I was like, maybe they know.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it would.
I don't think we've seen anyone that has that before, so we can't.
Because it's not a cooldown; it says just can only be activated once every 3 turns.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a cooldown skill, so.
Yeah, that's
I'm actually curious. Like it, I think I'm with Mace on this one. I don't think it would reduce the cooldown. Actually, well, if it did, that would be holy.
Yeah, there's been like weirder things that have happened, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with Linnell. She seems like a hard counter to Pavel, which is nice. Because I hate playing against Pavel.
Okay, but hear me out. I actually think there's another problem. She could be played with Pavel because she is a book holder.
Yeah. So I was just saying this in chat when people were like, "Oh, this is gonna kill Cleave." I'm like, what if all the Cleave people, like as with Politis, what if they just draft this with her? Now you have essentially like, okay, let's see. As you talk about Pavel, right? If there is a whale out there, who has super, insane luck with speed gear, they use this Angleica as an opener, and whatnot. Or part of their opening. Now you have a unit that unbuffables, silences, strips, and then you also have a safety net where she's immune to stun. You get a skill nullifier. You gain combat readiness for yourself to. I don't know. Like it just feels like a lot. Like
she doesn't really do damage.
Yeah, she's not like damage. She's more like
Politis deals damage.
Yeah. She's more.
I don't know if because Politis will proc on her S2 and S3, right? Because they're both non-attack. So if you picked Politis as a way to counter her against a cleaver after she S3s, I don't know if Politis S2 could maybe mess up the unit like rotation, mess something up.
I think she makes Politis better.
Yeah, Politis hard counters her. So.
Yeah.
But like it's not like a lot of cleavers some cleavers are first picking Politis, but that's easy to deal with, so it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm actually curious to see, like, I know some people are already going, like, are gonna be using her to test her with a cleave. I'm also gonna be trying that, just like with a semi cleave, to see how she'll work with that. But I'm actually curious to see how she'll affect the meta, just because. Well, okay, here's the thing though. Granted, because she's an MO4, it's not gonna be easy for people to get her either, though. That's what I imagine, right? Because she's not.
She's with Spez. Who's gonna really pull Spez, right?
Yeah, and that also comes out after the recall, so you can't
go for it.
Oh, really?
I don't have Spez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have Spez either, so I'm going for it. But I've heard some horror stories, like of people trying to go for MO4, and like they get like multiple
Somebody
copies.
Was going after Cowrick. Who was it? Was it Vinny? Somebody like pitied like 2 for him.
I pitied DJB like 10,000 mystics, and I didn't get Kawana. Yeah. So it was pretty tragic right there.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's what I'm scared of. Hopefully I get unlucky and get the MO4. Like,
yeah,
unlucky. Yeah.
So, even if you don't get it, you'll probably get her out of ML bookmarks later, right? I mean, I pulled like 2
hopefully.
Kawasus now from bookmarks, so
I haven't got my Kawasu yet. I have to get that unit from.
It took me like a year to get CDOM.
Jeez.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, I never had Champ Z until the CDOM recall. Like, I never pulled Champ Z. It's actually kind of tragic when you think about it.
It's like there's so many now. Like, it's very possible for you to just like not get one of them for a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. You get a ML4 selector in like 2 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really?
Don't worry about it.
When another ML4 gets changed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it happens before the end of the season.
Oh.
I mean, if not this season, next season, right? I mean, that's how I think about things. But I don't know. I feel like it would be very annoying to play against her, especially if you don't have her. Like, she wouldn't be a good... Like, if you don't have her, you can't use her. I think she's just going to be very, very strong versus Cleave. And, you pick AssCat or something, too. Make them mauled even more. Just, like, pick just cancer stuff,
Yeah, we'll see how she goes. I'm sad, I was gonna ask Andrew's opinion as a cleaver. What do you think about her? But now apparently Andrew's not a cleaver anymore.
Okay. I still cleave sometimes. I just like don't force cleave every game because that's kind of bad.
Okay, no, that's true. I can agree with that. Yeah.
So I learned something playing RTA last season. So at the end of last season, with 12 hours left, I wanted to go for Hall of Fame. I was like rank 1 at the time. But then there was a problem. If you force cleave every game, you won't get Hall of Fame because eventually people are going to get used to you.
Yeah.
Which is why I started playing standard too.
Yeah. That's true. Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes for us. All right. And then let's move on to the next topic here. All right. Sumseria thoughts.
I for one think she's going to be a pretty good last pick. If you have Basar already in your draft, she bombs, which ignores ER. I mean, the stun ignores ER. She pushes by 15%, which is very nice for aggro players. And then, I mean, the bombs that do a pretty decent chunk of damage from what I saw in the video.
Yeah, I'm curious how much.
Yeah.
I was told some people in chat were telling me apparently bombs were being changed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that on the stream that they're reworking bombs.
Yeah, I'm curious how that will affect her.
From what Mashu said in the stream, from what I heard, he said bombs will detonate before they are dispelled. So like A-Timing gets bombed, right? And then Assyria S3s him, it'll detonate it before he dispels it. But they can still be transferred. They'll be detonated when they're transferred. So when Champ Z sends them back, they'll instantly detonate. That's what I got from what he said. I am not sure.
So completely unintuitive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
It seems really, really weird. I don't know if what Mashu said was correct, but that's what I'm going off of right now.
Okay.
I think we'll find out Friday for sure. But
yeah, we'll find out. I think hopefully the patch notes goes into detail about how they work.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not a huge fan of like only being able to figure out how something works by testing it. Like you should be able to read a skill and know how it works, right?
Yeah. I hope. Okay. I will say the balanced usually don't go into enough detail. I hope they go into more detail about how things work specifically and cover like more situations and examples. So it's like, oh, I'm not confused. Still.
Yeah, so we don't get another Solitaria issue. Remember that? Like the whole daydream order thing, like debuff thing. Yeah.
When she first came out, I remember that.
That was terrible.
Yeah, we'll see about that one. So, I mean, talking about skills, right? Skill 3, skill 2, skill 2. Sorry, skill 3, skill 2, skill 1, What are your thoughts about those in general?
I think her kit sounds really strong. Where she falls in the draft, I think we'll just have to see. But the fact that she synergizes with any like AoE opener, and the fact that she gets a free soul burn, means I think she's going to fit really well into aggressive teams.
Yeah.
Her skill 3 in particular, the one thing that seems a little weird to me is it gives her speed up, and that's really good, right? Because you want her to lap back around and keep your aggro pressure up.
Yeah.
But it puts attack down on the enemy team, which isn't bad. But if you just kill them before they would attack you anyways, like what's that doing for you? So I don't know if maybe that'll be taken more advantage of in a bruiser type build. I guess it would make it harder for them, to counter back. Viseria is pretty crippling, when she puts attack down on your team. So it's a good debuff. I'm just not sure if that really jives with the aggressive part of the kit as well.
Okay, that's interesting. That's fair, actually.
Personally, I think. Sorry.
No, you could go ahead. You could go ahead.
Okay. So I was just gonna bring up just one quick thing about skill 2. I think the 15% combat readiness boost is actually really big. Anything that like pushes up, you can push up slower things like LQC. Maybe you have a slower strays, et cetera, et cetera. To prevent the enemy from cutting, I think this is really, really good. Just anything that buffs your team with combat readiness and, has all this damage, right? Because she gets a free soul burn with S1. So if you're a whale or you're really lucky and you have a plus 30 artifact, that's 3 bombs, right? You're going to be planting another bomb. And then you detonate 3 bombs. So that's 3 ignore ER stuns. That's already really big. And then you're pushing another DPS to wipe out the enemy team. I think that that's very scary to deal with. Very, very scary.
Actually, yeah, fair, yeah. It's funny that both these units. Oh, actually, well, speaking of which, she's coming out, and then at the same time, though, there's Angelica, which we were just looking at, who cannot be stunned. So that's totally another thing. But yeah, aside from that, like when I first looked at her skill kit, I'm surprised because like there's a lot of new things in here, which is obviously the fact that she doesn't take any souls to activate her first soul burn. Never seen a unit really like that. And then this is like what, our second unit that bombs. The only one we ever had was ML Leo. So this is a RGB unit that bombs, which is, a little bit more interesting, to be honest. Hopefully this makes, bombs more viable compared to ML Leo, though.
Or just viable.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just viable, actually, yeah. Do you guys see this being used more in like a bruiser team?
Or no, like, I think it's an aggro
unit.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Like what other units would use her? Like obviously, the example we saw, like Basar,
Cerise,
G-Perg.
I think GP might be a little hard because she doesn't have a strip, right? I think you would have to have something go before so that they would have to strip so she could land the bombs. Right?
I guess if they have immunity, she doesn't put the bombs on.
No, they have to be stripped because she doesn't have a strip.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So I think Cerise, F10, Flitica, Flitica. But yeah, Basar, Bryceria, even a fast, speedy
you run a fast one, yeah,
or speedy Opsig, even actually, yeah, especially if you're against an F10, ignore ER, right, stuff like that. So. Lots of options.
I think there's a big problem with drafting her though, because if you draft double debuffers, you're gonna lose to Champ Z. And the thing about Basar and stuff like that is you're gonna lose to Elena and like Athletica. You're gonna lose to like Elena, so I think it's kind of hard to use her.
Yeah,
I think if she had a strip in her kit, she would be a lot better. But without a strip, I think she's hard to use, but she can still be good if you like draft her well. It's probably more like a 4-5 pick unit than anything else.
I agree. I think this is just like a last pick, either a force ban or just when you've outdrafted the enemy, right? You pick her, they're forced to ban something else, and your draft goes through. You're done.
Yeah,
definitely one of those. Definitely not a third or a second.
I don't think she works with ML Angelica, right? Because as far as I can tell, her skill 2 doesn't activate unless you use an attack. Like you have to hit the enemies, right? I assume, which Angelica doesn't do. So, which I don't think they pair up now, right? I'm not 100% sure on that. Like that's what I take from the
skill. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that.
That seems correct to me also.
Yeah. I mean, it says caster uses an attack, right? So
yeah.
It's a non-attack skill, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, and if you draft Angelica, her plus someone else that uses an AoE, I feel like you might screw yourself over in that sort of draft, possibly. You might get countered really hard that way. I'm not sure about that. So I don't know if she pairs that well with the new Angelica, if anything.
Yeah. I personally don't think so, but I could be mistaken. So we'll see.
Artifact though. What are your thoughts on Artifact? Is it good? Do you think it's
I think it is pretty much made for her, and nobody else can use it right now.
I just don't like these limited artifacts where you have to plus 30 them for them to be like consistent. I really don't like those.
Yeah, that's
But
that's my biggest worry is like it's the fact that like if it's not max limit broken, you don't have 100% chance, which makes it what's it called?
Very yikes. Very yikes. It's just
yeah,
not
it's like
consistent.
it's not consistent, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Sorry.
you could
Andrew,
go. You could go.
I was just thinking maybe if you can't plus 30 it, you could use like Unseen Observer for free 10 souls. I think because her S2 gives her like that whole souls, and then it pushes her as well, I believe.
Oh, maybe actually.
I think Unseen Observer would be fine as another option for her.
That's hard to say. Like, I feel like I think that's the worst part. Like, I guess if anything, you can get one, you can slowly bottle it, 100%. At least we have that option now compared to the past. But with that being said, okay, so character-wise, artifact, do you guys think it's a must pull? Currently, right now, obviously, we don't know until we try to test her more. But just looking at her skills itself, do you feel like she's a unit that you feel like you would have to pull on her, or like
because she's limited? I think she's a must pull. If she wasn't limited, I don't think she would be a must pull.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
With all these summer artifacts, something I noticed about them is all of them have like you kind of need them plus 30, right? Like drink, it's like percent chance.
Yeah.
This one's also percent chance, and then the Hue Fiend one was also percent chance, and I made a big mistake of that one. I actually put a lot of Hue Fiends for that artifact because I thought it was gonna be OP, and it turned out it was not very OP, and I wasted like 2K bookmarks, but that's okay.
Feels bad, man.
I made the exact same mistake.
Oh right. I actually forgot Holiday Hue Fiend's artifact was the same.
Yeah,
oh yeah, you're right. They're all percent chance.
Yeah, all of them kind of need like you to wear on the banner, which I don't know. Don't really like that for like.
Yeah. I don't like artifacts like that, especially when they're limited. If it's a normal artifact, whatever, right? Like, okay, sure, you have whale's breath, okay, whatever. But a limited artifact, like, I really don't like that. It just feels really,
especially since we just had like. We're having like 3 limited things like back to back.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying how a lot of people like newer or mid game players. I feel like a lot of people like there are people that are like, what should I pull? Like they're stuck because like they can only pull one, which was Red Marmilia, and then now they're just debating did they go for the second one, like finish off the Red Marmilia banner, or do they wait for Sumseria because they're all limited, right? So it's like what's their priority? And
I think if you had to choose, I would go with Rem and Amelia. I mean, it's over now, but I think it's less likely that we get collab units than it is that we get a repeat of a summer
unit.
Yeah, there's I guess more chance that a summer unit will come back more likely than well, granted, yeah.
I mean, summer units will come back, right? I mean, all of our previous ones got rerun, right? SSB, Hufine. So I assume Sumseria will be rerun.
Am I totally crazy? I remember Smilegate saying towards when I started the game that they would only release a limited unit like every so many months. Do you guys remember that?
Don't remember.
I started right after the first SSB banner, and I think it was around the Cerise banner when they said that. Because I think there was some concern about like them releasing a bunch of limiteds, and they said like, "Oh, we'll only do it every like so many months." But clearly that's not the case because
I feel like I've heard that too. But
I actually don't remember.
I mean, I feel like it was just a big issue with the collab. I mean, the collab got pushed back and back.
Yeah,
I think that was one of the main issues here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, even like people like me. I mean, I had to spend a lot like of bookmarks to pull these. I mean, like there just wasn't enough time. You have 2 limiteds, both of which are pretty good, I think, and then you have 1 limited, which is also pretty decent. It's not like garbage, like garbage straight out of the release. I really don't understand how they expect people to have the resources to do it unless you're a massive whale, and that's just not okay, especially since Epic 7 is supposed to be more of a free to play friendly game than other gacha games like Summoner's War.
That's like the least free to play friendly game. I swear to God,
that game is Whale Haven. Yeah.
Some people are
that's
asking
what makes Epic 7 so appealing to all these new people. Just the free to play like friendly aspect.
Yeah.
So.
Some people are asking, could you guys go over potential builds, doing ideal stats for these upcoming characters? So
I was going to talk about this actually. I think another good thing about Summertime Sumseria is she has a really unique build path. No one else uses her gear besides like Carrot, I guess. But like you kind of want high attack and high effectiveness on her. I'm thinking like 4K attack, 150 effectiveness, right? Like I don't think anyone else really uses that time of gear because she doesn't crit at all, so you don't need any of that. But
that's true. You don't need crit. Like you don't need to worry about crit damage, right? Yeah, it's only any of the burn characters, Carrot and who's the other one? Silverblade Araminta.
Kawazu as well.
Oh, right.
If you're running her in an aggressive setup, you're probably not building her as tanky as Carrot either.
Yeah, so that's why I said she doesn't need the same gear as Carrot because Carrot normally wants high HP, high defense, but with Summer here, you don't really want that. Like, you don't really.
I also want to bring up. I think it's better to have her move last in your team because bombs do more damage based on how many debuffs there are. Right? They activate the debuffs on the enemy. Right? Is that what it's supposed to do? I'm unsure about this.
I read her detonate description and could not understand it.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. Maybe I might be completely wrong, but I still think having her move last isn't that bad also. So she doesn't have to have that much speed. I think it's just like speed, F, attack, and then you're golden. Just get super high F, super high attack, and you're golden.
But maybe you guys can explain it to me. For detonate, it says inflicts damage by activating designated debuffs inflicted on the enemy. Damage is proportional to the number of turns and number of debuffs. Bomb damage is unaffected by the number of turns.
Wait,
they literally say damage is proportional to the number of turns, and then the next sentence they say bomb damage is unaffected by the number of turns.
Wait, what?
Dude, you're right.
Man, that's so weird.
Wait, I didn't realize that.
I didn't even realize that. Oh my god.
I don't know what it means.
I don't know either. Like when it says number of debuffs, does it mean number of bomb debuffs? Does it mean number of total debuffs? Like what does it mean?
I don't know.
And then it says designated debuffs. Does it mean only?
I assume
bombs
that means
then?
bombs.
Yeah, I mean, and then the whole unaffected by number of turns. But then they say it is proportional to the number of turns. So what is it? Yeah.
So maybe what they're saying is, wait, does this mean detonates every debuff? So like burns and bleeds?
That's what I wasn't sure about.
I think it does actually.
So if that's the case, they're saying damage is proportional to the number of turns and number of debuffs for burns and bleeds. But then bombs is unaffected by that, so bomb damage is unaffected by number of turns. So as long as you have
but also her skill 3 says detonates bombs inflicted. So I mean, I really don't know. This is very
that's
confusing.
True, yeah. And it explicitly says inflicts damage by activating designated debuffs, like designated, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's talking about any
detonates bombs.
So I'm assuming so detonate itself is just designated debuffs is any debuffs that can proc. So obviously nothing like stun, nothing like sleep and that stuff, right? It's all the ones that can actually activate, which is like the burns, bleeds, and now bombs. So I'm guessing that's what it's talking about then in this case. Well, that's how I perceive it. That's how I understand it.
The only way I could make sense of it was this detonate text is their generic detonate text that applies to all detonate. And then they added an exception. So like unlike when Carrot detonates burns, bomb damages are unaffected by the number.
Yeah, I think if anything, it's like the generic one, but then they added it so that people know that bomb itself, if you have
holy moly, like
yeah.
Very confusing. Very, very confusing.
Yeah, exactly. So 2-turn burn detonates for more than 1 turn, but bombs only detonate as 1 turn no matter how many. Yeah, so I think that's what they're trying to get sense. At. It was probably the wording on it was slightly confusing. I think not the best.
So try to pull as fast as you can in case they have to change the words on that so that you can get
True, like the Alencia thing, right? So if we all pull, they suddenly refund us.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's okay. It's very unlikely that's going to happen. It's very unlikely that's going to happen, guys.
I'm so salty I missed that.
Well, I'm also salty. I didn't miss it, but I got her in a 1-tap. So I got like 10 bookmarks refunded, and like I have some friends who went like full pity triple S on her, and they got like what, 1,000 something.
Wait, really? Wow, that's crazy.
So like some people actually like, they're just like, I think she's cool. I decided to pull for her, and they got triple S. People got like what 1,000
Yeah.
1,100, 1,200 bookmarks like refunded or something. I'm just like,
you probably need more than 1,200 bookmarks to triple S, right?
I think some people, I forgot. Some people got lucky or whatnot.
I mean, it depends on how lucky you are.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, some people are like,
some people they just pull 3 in one multi and then another 3 in the next 10 multi and they're done.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I pulled Solitaria right away, and they changed her, and I got Jack.
Yeah, they like updated her wording, but they didn't give an ML5 selector, which is really annoying.
I just wanted all of my mystics back.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Okay, you guys are
taking anything.
You guys are both greedy pigs that want your Smallgate actually buffed her, and you guys want your mystics back. You guys are greedy pigs. I pitied her, and I did not care that they changed the skill description.
You two are greedy pigs.
You're a saint, Andrew.
You two are greedy pigs.
No, but Andrew, have you used her at once in RTA?
Yeah, I used her when she came out. I think I like plus 12 to her or something, and she's terrible.
I plus 15 mine.
Oh,
really?
Okay.
Did you make her DPS? Is that what happened?
I mean, she's benched, so she's whatever build you want her to be.
Yeah, she has to be the worst ML5, right? I mean, I've never seen her used. At least with all the other ones.
I don't know about the worst.
Some people are using her to like counter Violet.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, no. I use her for damage.
Gisei is quite bad as well.
I like her.
Yeah.
I actually don't think she's the worst. Oh, we can actually talk about.
I don't think so either. We
can talk about this in the off topic.
Something.
Speaking of ML5s, actually, transition. Oh wait, I didn't add images for this. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, let's start on Loser Charles.
Okay, so Loser Charles, I actually think he's good, but
I think
like he's a good. If you released him a season ago, he's good. But if you release him now, he's not that good. You know, Elena, whatever that, White's Angelica. You know, there's a lot of AoE counters now in the game that like just fucking completely right. But I did hear that his S1 multiplier, which is single target, is good, but we'll see.
Single target.
Yeah,
though.
I heard it was like somebody did like a damage calculator. It was like 4K with 300 crit damage. With Gab did about 14K demolition. So his S1, but his S3 also did 14K. So his S3 multipliers are not very good. I mean, but I think he's a more aggressive GP, but you can't pick him as early as GP because he's just not tanky enough. He's just not strong enough, you know. Because GP you have to get hit to get pushed, right? But he doesn't, right? More aggressive.
Early GP sucks.
Early GP, yeah. I think GP is like a second, third. I think second, third GP is.
I think he's like a 4th, 5th.
Really?
He's pretty bad. You pick GP too early, you lose to Elena.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That is true. Yeah.
Mace, what do you think about Loser Charles?
I think some smarter people with Cleave brain than me will figure out a way to use him. Because his kit, it has like, it looks like kind of like he's an opener. But doesn't that like opener skill give attack buff, or is it the other way around or something?
It gives attack buff. It gives
it gives attack. Oh, that's what it is. So yeah, he gives attack buff. So you would think you'd want to use him as an opener, but like the way you would build him, I think it would be very hard because isn't his base speed bad to like keep his damage up and do that at the same time?
I think it's like 112.
It's fast. I mean, it's much faster than GP, but again, like I said, GP is just stronger than him in a bruiser team.
He seems like kind of like a better Rose, I guess, but Rose isn't really in the meta right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I that's think, like arguable, right? Because Rose doesn't. The thing about Rose is she doesn't hit anyone, so she doesn't lose to GP. She doesn't lose to Elena.
That's true.
Loser Charles does lose to those units.
That's true. Yeah,
it was like different.
Yeah.
See, I went to the washroom before the podcast.
Always seems like lacking in a way. Like if you're playing really aggressively, like I guess it's okay to have one single target skill, but if that's where the majority of his damage is, then I guess he'd be weak to Stenny maybe.
Yeah, Stenny would be very scary as usual. I mean,
welcome back, Gabe.
Sorry. I went to the washroom before the podcast, so I didn't have to go in the middle, but I still drank enough water that I still had to go to the washroom. Anyways, wait, so what was the consensus of that?
I've heard people like kind of all over the board with him. Like I've heard some people saying they're going to build him as an opener. Some people are saying they're going to build him like super slow and counter. I think that'll be a meme probably. It's like so hard to make thieves like actually survivable. he gets evasion, so you can like turn him into a pseudo Rylot if you do that or something. But that all seems bad. So I think he'll fit in some sort of aggressive team, where you have like a unit, that can like CR boost him right in the beginning, with like a nuke or something like that. So
yeah, I mean, my initial like thoughts when I saw him was like, you run him as an AoE like initial opener, but
it's kind of hard because his base speed's bad, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like his speed was not the best, and it's hard. Like you have to have really good gear again for that to work.
I think you're gonna really struggle to get him to even like 290.
Yeah,
which means he's gonna get outsped very easily by.
Yeah, and you need him to be there for
stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean he doesn't have stealth. He's not a ranger. Right. He's not tanky like Basar and GP can be. Right.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Also, he gets perception, which is really really weird because he doesn't get that until they're low, right? So you wouldn't build him 85% crit chance anyways because you want that S3 to do damage, right? You don't want it to be inconsistent. So his kit is just kind of all over the place. Honestly.
Yeah, his kit, it feels like I see kind of what they're trying to do, and it's almost like they didn't finish their thought because they don't want to release like a complete ML5 anymore, so that they can like figure out where he's fitting and like how much to bump him up so that he doesn't become OP.
And then on the other hand, we have ML Angelica coming out, 4-star that looks broken as hell.
I think it's different though because with 4 stars, I think they can nerf them and it's not as big of a consequence.
Oh, that's kind of true though.
And...
That's kind of true. I agree with that part. Like
it's put us in this weird space where every ML5 is like
not that good, right?
Yeah. It's from all that backlash in the past of like the nerfs and whatnot. Like now they're
I also don't like his animation.
Oh, you guys didn't talk about that?
That's total garbage.
Yeah,
it looks like 480p, like some Disney Channel shit. Like, come on, dude.
He's in like a helicopter, but you can't see it or something.
Yeah, it's like some airship or something.
I didn't know it was like a helicopter. I thought he was jumping into some random metal box and grabbing his weapon. He was jumping
in, those droid vehicles in like Star Wars, the ones that they ride on the little fucking like bipods, kind of. That's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually what it looks like.
Yeah,
it looks really, really bad.
It looks like a Segway, right? Like
it looks like a Segway. Yeah,
Rafflecopter Charles.
Also, Closer Charles. Like, I don't even understand what that is a reference to.
I think the closer thing, like, I forgot who looked like. Apparently, people were saying how like the closer is supposed to someone who like closes deals or like ends something. I don't know. It was really weird.
People are making that meme from Alec Baldwin. Coffee is for closers.
Wait, what? No, I didn't hear about this.
You haven't seen that? It's the movie where Alec Baldwin, he gives that famous speech to a group of salesmen about how coffee is for closers.
Wait, what the?
Really?
I know. Well, I didn't hear about this meme either. I gotta look that up.
Like closers, like close a deal, like
yeah, like sales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing
it's from Glenn Ross. It's an older movie.
Oh.
Somebody sent me a meme. It was like Charles, and then it was like Closer Charles, like a zoomed in face of Charles.
Yes, that was amazing. I saw that. That was really good.
Funny.
I don't know if I can link it on. It's like 7 minutes or whatever. I'll just link it in Discord chat. So
okay.
You can watch it later.
Okay, I'll watch it later and see. Yeah,
it's worth your time. If you guys haven't, just go on YouTube and look, Coffee is for Closers. It's pretty phenomenal.
Wow. I'm curious what you were talking about that. Okay. The name also kind of caught me off guard. It was kind of slightly weird. It was like didn't sound that nice either.
What if it's just some super badass name in Korean and we just got the like really bad translated version?
Yeah, when you see like English movies translated into another language and then back again.
Wait,
it's
what
like
is it?
The glorious journey of like whatever and like his friend or something like that. And you're like, this is the Avengers. Like this makes no sense.
Wait, does anyone in chat know what his Korean name is?
Actually, I think I read on Reddit that like they actually did mistranslate his name, and that was like better in like another language. Like,
okay.
I don't remember. Let me go look on Reddit real quick.
What the heck?
I mean, I was thinking, maybe that could be the case.
All right. Well,
he had just some badass name that just got lost in translation.
I have a question. Are you guys gonna pull for him, or are you guys gonna pull for Angelica?
Oh yeah, I'm pulling for him.
Yeah, I'll pull for him.
Okay.
I'm 23 from pity, so I'm gonna get him, and then I'm gonna use everything on. Because I don't really want to pity Spez, right? I want the ML4.
Oh, do you have Spez, Andrew?
Of course not. But I don't want him anyways. He's trash.
He was my first ML5 actually.
Oh wow.
I pulled him from bookmarks. Covenant.
He's the only ML5 I do not have.
What the heck?
That's insane.
Wait a minute.
But that's because I pulled a Ravi today. I got lucky.
Oh,
From Daily?
okay.
She was from a Galaxy summon.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm missing a Tywin and Bryceria. I pulled a Ravi a few days ago.
I'm missing
But
I'm missing 10 ML5, so
wow.
Can't relate with these whales.
well, okay.
It's just
Andrew,
unit
like
luck.
90% of them are garbage, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
matter.
I know. Seriously, you don't use 90% of them.
I don't have haste or made.
Corvus?
Yeah.
I don't have haste or made.
Okay,
So.
that kind of sucks. I agree.
Not having haste definitely sucks.
Yeah,
Like he's just a nice pocket
Definitely.
pick for countering. Dang.
yeah. He's just good against. He's good against Maid. He's good against RB. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if they have Holy Sack on any unit, that's lost me games. Actually, I forgot I had Holy Sack on one of my units, and that actually boned me. But yeah.
All right. Well, off topic moment. Anything else you guys want to go? What were we gonna talk about again? Oh shoot. There's something I want to go back about.
Oh, worst ML5.
Oh yeah. So worst ML.
Mm.
Who do you actually think is the worst ML5? And what are you? Who do you predict? Even though it's hard to predict, what characters do you think will be coming up on the balance patch?
I think worst is maybe
I think
ML Cowrick is. Up
Yeah, I think
there.
ML Cowrick, honestly.
I think
Yeah.
ML Carrick has potential, but you need some super cracked fucking gear. You need actually super fast speed, super high ER, 80 gear score, ER speed gear.
This is
But the
Copium
gear
because you
anyways
have
are
him.
good.
I mean, and there's really no point with a guild already. You can make cleanse.
I have
F10
4 of him,
guys.
so
Why do you have 4?
I mean,
I pulled for coins, and I got 4 of him in
and he's
30
calling us a whale?
Okay.
I got 4 of him in 40 summons, so
What?
it's not like I wailed hard. I just got
I mean,
lucky.
his ML Carrick's awakenings are dog shit. I mean, let's just be real here. His base speed is 102.
Mhm.
He has no ER awakenings. He has no crit chance or crit damage awakenings, which makes his bruiser build garbage as well. It's just
Yeah.
HP and defense. Why the fuck do I need that if I'm building him as a cleanser?
Yeah.
You know.
He's
Yeah.
actually completely useless.
Mhm.
And his shields, they scale off of the units HP, not his.
Oh yeah, they're all dog
Right.
shit. The only
So-
time that has saved me is when I got an ML haste proc, and it extended the ML haste shield into 2 turns. That was the only time it was ever useful, and that never ever worked. It worked again. It was just a one-time thing out of 10,000 games or something. I don't know. It's a one in a lifetime thing, actually.
Yeah, I remember when ML Cowrick first came out. A lot of people brought him into my F10, and I debuffed him every time, and I got a lot of free wins doing that because a lot of people were on ML Cowrick Copium thinking he was actually good, and I just provoked him every time, and it was a free win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have ER awakenings. I mean, you
Even
need
if
to
he
put
did,
so
you
much
need-
ER on him.
Yeah, even if he did, you require so much ER now.
Yeah. And then you need speed because his base speed is 102.
It's
okay,
hard to compete with
okay,
VR
you know what?
when there's an artifact that gives 60 F, right?
Yeah. I mean, but
Yeah.
you have Strack, which gives 60
Yeah,
F
he can
res
use
too.
Strack.
But I mean,
Okay.
you have the 100 thing,
If they made him scale off of ER, maybe that would be
Oh,
better.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. I was saying they missed a major opportunity to make an ER scaling bruiser.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe they'll do that for him. Maybe they'll change his passive to do that. You never know.
If they
that
do,
might
I
happen
think
in the
that'd be
balance patch, actually.
A lot of people are predicting Judge Kisei is going to get buffed in the balance
Okay.
patch.
Oh,
I actually have thoughts about that. So Judge Kisei, right? People say she's terrible, but honestly, she's really good in Arena and she's really good in Guild
Yeah,
Wars.
I think
don't know
she's
if
amazing
needed
in
a buff.
both.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew.
It's not like she's
They
useless.
tend not to buff units that have a use somewhere in the game.
Yeah, she's good
Yeah.
in 2 content. She's bad in RTA because it's hard to set it up, but she's still really good in Arena, really good in Guild War.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. Yeah, and she's getting a skin too, which is nice. I can't wait. I hope it's good.
I mean, how can you even buff her without making an OP, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm a little curious if, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried because, I use her a lot in Arena and Guild Wars just for, easy cleave, But then if they buff her, I wonder if, what her buff will be. It's
Actually, they buffed
what they
Optic.
would buff?
okay, wait,
They'll,
but
they'll make
Opsig,
it so her S2 prevents passives from triggering that turn.
I feel like Opsig has
Or
less...
unable to be countered, maybe. something like that, something like a Pavel treatment, right?
Maybe.
Oh, I think that would be okay, but I mean, the thing is that wouldn't make her good. She's still too hard to set up, right? She needs base
I
speed and
agree.
she needs a lot, so it's like impossible to set it up.
If they try to make her sustainable, no, self-reliable, so like she doesn't have to rely on another unit to like boost her, then I feel like that might make her really strong.
That would make her way through.
You know what they could do? Now Sumseria has a free sober, and they could do the same thing for Judge Kisei.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty.
That's interesting,
smart.
actually.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would make her really strong, but.
And then would you just run her at like 260 or something?
I think so. Yeah, if she had a free soul burn, you could make her like a pseudo opener, kind of, because she's got a strip and a reset, right? It's not consistent.
What's her base speed?
I don't know.
I don't think she's that fast, right? Is she?
Let me look it up.
I don't remember her being that fast, so
you could build her like 220 speed and like a natural speed cleave or something.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, run her like a natural speed cleave. So like,
it's 115 actually.
It's okay. Bad. It's like it's not like horrible.
Same speed as Iseria, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Summer Iseria.
Huh.
Yeah, it is.
I'm actually curious to see, like, because last time the balance patch came out, we came out with a wave of the carrot meta and whatnot, which shifted things a lot. So I'm curious to see if this balance patch will make a huge shift in the meta. And
I hope it does. The game's pretty boring right now. Not gonna lie.
I've heard that.
There's a lot of soul weavers and shit. I hate soul weavers. Really.
I think Carrot was good for the game.
Really? I mean, when they start pairing Carrot with soul weavers, I don't like that. I really don't like that.
Okay, so the thing with Carrot is that it forced bruiser players to actually use their brain for once. Let's be honest. Like, a lot of bruiser players are complaining about Carrot, but honestly, I think she was fine.
Yeah, I mean, people were just picking golden boys. I mean, A Tywin and shit. That was pretty toxic as well. Just frenzying on everybody while continuously stunning.
How far in advance do you guys think that they plan on unit buffs and releases and stuff like that?
I would want
personally,
to say,
I feel like they do it very early, so that by the time they're released, they're all too late. Like Dilibet. Dilibet was released after Cerise F10 fell out of meta. I mean, that shit was like prevalent for like a month or something, and then they released Dilibet all after that. And like Andrew was saying, ML Charles would have been much stronger last season, but this season he's not as strong. You know, there's too many things that counter AOE. I think that it's they plan in advance way too early, and that's a problem.
Yeah, that's what I also feel sometimes. Like, I don't know about the balance itself, but character releases, I do feel like for some reason sometimes it does feel a little weird.
Yeah, like Mort.
Yeah, like the skill. Oh God. Yeah, that unit.
Mort.
You know, like their skill kits always feel like they come out like they're planned really early. Balance patches, I would hope they're not like thought about way too early on. I would hope, you know, they should be balance patches should be towards the meta, right? So whatever is currently in the meta, what, you know, people are using a lot, you know, what might be a little bit too strong. I mean, that's the other thing I want to talk about is, I mean, we talk about this almost every time though, is, you know, like if something's too OP, or you nerf it. Something's not OP enough, you know, or like, you know, it's way too weak, you know, you buff it, you know, like I think, but like, that's why I want to see more of, I guess, nerfs more specifically, instead of just constantly buffing. Because when you're constantly buffing now, everything is just scaling up and up and up.
Yeah, you get power creep, yeah.
So I noticed something about like the way Smaugate does things, right? So before Smaugate used to release new units to like counter like the broken unit of the time. Like for example, Dilbert was for Series F10, even though it might have been late. But like recently they've just been buffing old units, right? Like Green Violet, instead of like releasing new units, they've been buffing new units. I mean older units to like combat like the broken meta, the broken unit of the meta, which is like kind of cool, I guess, because I don't like constantly releasing units.
Yeah. I do agree with that though. I think that in itself is good. It's just that I'm worried when that happens, right? Like they're gonna keep buffing old units, which is good. But when they don't nerf, right? My worry is those, you know, whatever units get buffed, and then that means, you know, whatever units that were really strong get weaker again. Now they're gonna rebuff those units. Like the skill kits are just gonna keep getting buffed, and like like I don't know. It's just like another form of power creep, you know, to me.
What unit do you think needs a nerf?
That's hard to say. I have a few units personally that I
Oh, really? I actually don't think any units in the game need a nerf right now.
Really?
Yes.
I think Maid.
Oh yeah, maybe Maid.
I think
I don't
Maid
even
is
think
too
Maid
over
needs a
tuned.
nerf.
I mean, I just she does everything though. She gives attack buff. She gives defensive revive buff. She cleanses defensively. She stuns, which procs every single fucking S1. I promise you, that shit is not 35% or whatever the fuck it is. And she heals 2 units as well every single turn.
I think if you were gonna change one thing about Maid, maybe take off the CR boost when she hits a stun.
On stun, yeah, I think that doesn't have to be.
That's interesting.
But I think I mostly agree with Andrew. Like, I think it's pretty well balanced.
Yeah, I don't think any units needs a nerf right now. Personally.
Yeah, there's not one unit that's like way above the others.
Like all the DPS are counterable by other DPS. There's not like or counterable by other things. Yeah, I feel like the counters are pretty good right now.
Fire Charlotte seems like a little overtuned, maybe.
I think she's fine too with Rem and
I think Rem
and Cow.
I think deletes her. Okay, like that is kind of true. Like, not if you put it that way, like a lot of units right now currently have their specific counters, which kind of keep them in check. To be honest,
you need a nerf, Gabe, because you said you'd think a few of them. So I'm curious.
I've always been on the bandwagon of I do feel like Carrot does need a nerf. But that's personally for me because of the fact that like. I think the way I see it is like as a unit, it's herself. Like she just was too overtuned. So rather than having specific units to counter back then, so this was especially before Rem and Emilia were released. Right now it's a little bit more bearable because everyone saved up currency and pulled for Rem and Emilia. But I still feel like as a 3-star unit with a specialty change, she did feel like she was a little overtuned. Same likewise in the past with Falcon or Clury. How Falcon or Clury was nerfed a little bit, I felt like Carrot just needed a little bit of a change or tweak to her skill kit, personally.
So my opinion on Carrot is whenever I pick Carrot, if they pick double water or like double Soviet, I just lose the game. Especially if the new frenzy changes. I think that was a indirect nerf to Carrot, right? Because now she doesn't get as much effectiveness.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's one thing I was saying. Like having the new water units, it helps a lot because prior to this, right? If we think about prior to this, before Carrot, when she was first buffed, the only 2 units, or I guess 3 technically, that kinda worked against her really was OP Sigrid, Kisei, SSB, right? Aside from that, you could pick
Crow as well.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Crow. You pick a Soul Weaver and whatnot, you know, like to help kind of cleanse. But even then,
it was even hard for Crow to kill her sometimes, though.
Yeah, because of her 80% like damage reduction and stuff.
Depends on like the build, I suppose, and whatnot, or what you have drafted. Rem and Emilia, I think, helps a lot, but I feel like
Rem really punishes Carrot.
I think the most broken unit in the game is Landy.
Yes.
I feel like Landy, I hate to say it, but Landy, I feel like they could also tweak her a little bit.
I think she's also necessary for the game.
Do you think
without Landy,
I mean, the meta is built around her now.
Spam. Yeah.
Do you guys remember season 2 when tank players
that's true.
Pre-ban S10 and pick 5 knights? That was the most boring meta of my life.
Okay. That's true. I do hate that. So I do feel like I kind of agree with you on that.
She's a necessary evil for the game.
I kind of agree with that, but
I just don't. I think the whole speed buff CR push thing is really overtuned.
Like if she gets enough, right? The double soul burn.
Yeah, and then that thing. The best part is when you can chain together like 3 Landy S3s. That's like the best feeling in the world. But it's also really strong. You know.
Along with,
I think the speed buff and CR push. I think just give her speed buff. Don't give her CR push. Maybe. I think that would be a good nerf. Honestly, CR push is kind of insane.
Yeah, she's a unit that like if you take her against tanks, and you can get to like Frenzy 5, she should end the game at that point. Right?
Yeah. She ends the game at like Frenzy 3. I mean, honestly, they have a lot of buffs. It's doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, she definitely is a very anti-Soul Weaver kind of unit. I mean, some people they pre-ban Landy and then they just pick like a million buffs and Soul Weavers and play like a little fucking like turtle, and I really hate that. I really hate that. It's so boring. It really is. Like I rarely draft Soul Weavers. I mean, it's bad. I should be drafting Soul Weavers, but I really don't like picking Soul Weavers because it would tilt me to no end if I got to Frenzy 9 and then I lost because like a dual attack or something. That would piss me off a lot, you know. So
I think they should just change Landy's S1 CR push because let's be honest, everyone here lost to a Landy dual attack that completely changed the game.
True.
Right?
Oh, I
True.
agree.
Or a counter.
Or a counter.
Yeah,
Landy.
or a counter. Like she instantly like pretty much like a good Landy instantly just gets her next turn after that. Like she'll cut your team and whatnot, and just like, all right, well, guess I'll just eat the damage.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
And especially, I think counter Landy is best on Guiding Light, right? Because then the opponent, if they knock you out of stealth, first off, they think that you're vulnerable. They don't think that you're a counter on Guiding Light, so that'll bait them. You might get a free counter. And then second off, what's it called? Now the opponent's on a time, like a ticking time bomb until she gets her Guiding Light back up. Because once she does, it's so hard to touch her, right? So
Kodak says I go to Frenzy 10 with Landy. My God.
Frenzy 10, yeah.
I mean,
Kodak goes to Frenzy 10 no matter what. So
yeah.
Just a normal thing. He picks triple Soul Weavers. Normal thing.
All right.
Triple Soul Weavers. Oh man, I couldn't deal with that. That would be very, very sad for me.
We have a guy in our guild like that.
What? Who?
Really?
Wait, who?
Bendwer.
Oh yeah. I played against him.
Triple Soul Weaver?
I really hate that.
He'll
If not
pick
triple,
two.
it's
I don't know
double.
about 3. Yeah, it's double. He does double a lot.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
I think I really hate the teams when people go like, who is it? They go like Ruel plus another Soul Weaver, and then they go Brozet, and then they have a Landy. I know they're picking one more DPS, and so like,
yeah.
So I know
Or
it's
Carbon.
like protect one DPS team. So it's like, oh man, those games take so long.
Yeah, or Carmen. Carmen is also very, very strong. I always pre-ban her, unless I know I'm against like a Cleaver or something. Then I change my pre-ban. But other than that, I just perma pre-ban Carmen. I still have her built. I just don't use her. She's just kind of strong, in my opinion.
That's fair. All right. Well, aside from that, I mean, I guess original consensus-wise, what the weakest ML5 was. Anything else you guys want to go over?
I was wondering about this. Some people were saying that the point system was like changed in RTA. I don't know if that's true. Is that true?
I think it is. I've been playing a lot, and I lose 20 in Masters, so...
Yeah, I mean, but isn't that normal for lower elo?
No, I don't think so. They normally lose like 10 points.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. I'm just wondering, because if this is gonna be like all the way up to 4K plus, we're gonna be really, really high points, aren't we? We're like getting doubled before. So
no, I don't think so.
No, I think we're losing.
So?
I think we're like slower than the other seasons actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't really like the points are just an arbitrary number though. It doesn't really matter. So I don't know why if this changes.
I mean, I think it does matter with people who like, spam a lot of games or, go on a super long win streak, like if they get lucky or something. Like if they're getting
what matters
20,
is
they're
like the
gonna be
number
super
of
far
games
ahead.
you need to play, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, there's just 50% win rate players, right? Like if you have a 50% win rate, you shouldn't be able to climb that high. I remember like one of the seasons there was someone that ended Legend with a 46% win rate. I think that's pretty crazy.
Wait, seriously?
That's actually kind of insane. I didn't know about that.
Oh.
Yeah. There was someone that ended Legend with there was a Korean streamer or something, but someone ended Legend with a 46% win rate. It was kind of crazy.
Jeez.
I didn't know that. What the? Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Damn.
I'm curious. I didn't realize the points changed. Like I've seen some people mention it, but I haven't really played that much yet at the start of the season, so I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, last season
sure
I
about
played
that.
half of the games in season 3. It was just terrible. I really, really disliked it.
Keck.
Yeah, I really, really hated it.
Season 4 is pretty boring, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it was.
It feels better than 3.
A lot of
Really?
Wait.
I thought season.
I think season 3 is the most fun I had in the game.
I agree. I think.
Wait, no, sorry, I'm getting my seasons mixed up. Or we're on 5, right?
Yeah, we're on 5.
Okay, sorry. 5 feels better than 4. I agree. I like 3. 3 was good.
And
I think
three
it's the
was
hardest season so far. Not
This
gonna
one?
lie. I think this is the hardest season so far.
Season 5?
That's what Tembird said too. Tembird was.
Why do you think that?
I mean, because I've lost to random gold players with like a 260 strays that one shots one of my knights. I mean, I've never seen that before. I think there's just so much random stuff in the game right now. And like your win rate, it's kind of hard to maintain a high win rate.
I think if anything, there's a lot more you kind of have to prepare for. Like you're worried about now. Like a lot more variables with the units introduced that like you can just suddenly like. They can suddenly turn the game over if like they surprise you.
Yeah, the number of possibilities just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The more units, the more players, the more potential
I mean,
builds.
like the other day, I picked Rem, right? And then so all I did was give her attack from Maid, and then I just watched a cutscene. She countered 10 out of 10 times, and I instantly won. I literally watched a cutscene for like 3 minutes in a row. And I felt bad for that guy. I didn't even want to do that. I felt bad for him.
I mean, it wasn't bad. You would have yielded, but you didn't yield. So I
didn't, dude. Okay. Look.
Free points.
So
free points.
Don't say you
we can
felt
set up
bad.
a Rem Survivor support group.
Okay, he picked Carrot. It was okay. It was within my right. Self defense.
I think the Maid buff also really made Carrot weaker. I don't remember if it was after or before, but I think Maid. Okay, so the thing with Maid is like she gives your team ER. So I think every Carrot needs at least 50 effectiveness now. Because the problem with Carrot is that if you have no effectiveness and they have a Maid, you're not going to burn anything.
Yeah, that's true.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I mean,
I think it was honestly the ER
change
is the big thing. Because prior to the ER change, people weren't putting effectiveness, or sorry, they weren't putting ER on their units at all because it was like, why bother? It's just gonna go away in a few frenzies, right?
Yeah.
When the ER change, happened for this season, now it's worthwhile to build ER, and people started switching their builds to have ER. And you can have 50 effectiveness on your Carrot, but that's not going to do anything when everyone's tanks and Soul Weavers have like 150 ER now.
Yeah, that's why I think
honest to God, think you need 100. You need 100 F on Carrot now.
I think with the frenzy, you're definitely right about that. With the frenzy, it makes it more difficult for Carrot to fight against like tanks and stuff like that.
And it's not really possible to get 100 F on her and have the same stat line.
You're not going to kill. You're not going to be able to kill Landy at that point. I think it's not
right. Yeah, you're either going to lose tank or you're going to lose damage. And if you lose tank, now she can actually be killed. And I mean, so it changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I think the F nerf is okay, but it kind of makes Soul Weavers a lot stronger. Like, I mean, if you get above a certain threshold, like, you'll never be able to debuff them if you have no effectiveness.
Hopefully, this doesn't turn into a Soul Weaver meta.
I right now. I think with aggro being so weak, Soul Weavers are really good, right? Because Soul Weavers are worse against aggro than Knights are. Yeah. But the thing about like aggro is it kind of sucks. I think like Elena buff, Rem, all these units are like pushing aggro out of the meta, which means Soul Weavers are going to get infinitely stronger.
You can abuse Elena with like Celine. Can I lie?
I don't think so.
It depends who they have.
The AoE off, and they, if it's like protect the DPS, like the one DPS count, you can just one shot that DPS.
Depends on who the DPS is. It depends on who the DPS is. I have done that against some people.
Like, you're not going to kill Carrot. You're probably not going to kill most Landys.
Yeah.
I'm saying if it's a DPS like Landy or Stenny.
Landy, no, you would kill
18k HP.
Wait, what?
And 1.4k defense. I don't think you're going to be killing my Landy either.
How much HP?
18k HP, 1.4k defense.
Yeah, why is your Landy so tanky?
That's not gonna kill.
Okay, so the thing about taking Landy is that she's gonna do damage either way, right? Let's be honest. So I just make it so she won't die to Carrot. She won't die if I fall out of Guiding Light. It's pretty good.
That's interesting. I've killed Landys before with that method because like Landys, like I think at most I've seen the Landys go up to like 15k, 16k HPs, but like they always think like they can protect with like a Broza or something, but Celine just doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, if it's 18k,
I've never had a Celine kill my Landy.
Really?
Yeah. Then my Celine is full blink bot, like 0 speed full blink bot. And it kills Stennies. I don't know about Landys. I haven't tried it on Landy. I think it's too risky. If it was against a Landy, I'd be using Politis anyways instead of.
Then again, most of the time you probably draft Fawn Cecilia with your Landy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess I think the last few times I fought, like I like either banned out the Fawn Cecilia or took it from them. So like they don't have that extra shield for that. So it might be a little bit different in that aspect, but That's interesting. Yeah, we'll see how this meta is. I'm kind of curious. I'm also curious to see how because this is the first season we actually have that Emperor Crab gaming, you know. So like I'm curious, you know, where the competitiveness will be now. Like obviously a lot.
I honestly don't think it's going to be changed.
You really don't?
That's my opinion.
I think it's actually gonna be. I think it's gonna be changed because here's the thing. A lot of people are gonna go for it, right? But they're gonna be like, they're gonna get Emperor of a high win rate. They're like, wait, maybe I could get Legend. So there's gonna be more players going for Legend. I think that's good.
That's why I'm hoping is more people will be fighting for Legend, so it makes it more competitive for them. I think having that good competitive like atmosphere is nice for the high.
Yeah, in previous seasons, it really felt like it was like the top 300 people were competing for the top 100 spots.
Yeah,
I feel like I see like the same names every single season.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the other thing is like, I mean, I talk about this all the time. It's like just like the rewards for the lower rank people, maybe even like sometimes I don't know, like the skins and whatnot, like having different value of like like a skin instead of just like a border or something to give more. Because a lot of my friends like.
So are you saying like the challenger frame or the challenger skin should be different from the master skin? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, because like okay, so here's the like granted I don't
like more diversity in reward.
Yeah, so like or something to diversify it instead of just like a border icon thing. Because like a lot of my friends like for the last few seasons, especially the more casual people, even if they can hit champion, they said why? What's the point? I don't care. Like there's nothing that pushes them. Some of them like if they don't even have the character, right? Or even if they have the character, they don't care about the skin. They just stay in, you know, they just stay for the conquest points, that kind of thing. And then if not, they just go for masters, right? I feel like the border is more so for higher rank.
It's more like Legend. It's like Legend or bust, honestly, with the frame.
Yeah.
If we're not Legend, all the other frames are the same.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, as much as I think having the frames is cool, most people gun for the Legend frame, and if you don't get it, you don't care about the ones underneath.
You don't really care. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
like it looks.
That's exactly my thought process. I don't have a Legend frame yet, or hopefully I get one, right? But I don't use any frame because there's no point. What's the point? What other frames am I going to use?
But that's just because you know to get to champion previous to this season.
Yeah,
it was trivial, right?
It's
and then
not.
to climb
It's not
all
a
the way to the
challenge.
top. It's like a totally different game.
Yeah. I mean, now with Emperor, maybe, but I mean, it's still a copium rank to me, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, Emperor is just for Legend rejects. Come on.
It is, and that's that's what I'm going for. I'm just,
that's what I'm going for. Yeah, I get that crab frame.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I keep choking. I actually just keep choking.
Like, it's hard because like
I get a strong lead with a few hours left, and I
you were really close last season, but you were off by just a little bit. I remember you telling me.
Yeah, I was ranked 20 with 8 hours left, and I just completely threw, and then I ended like 15 points away.
I think it's hard though because like I mean that's kind of a good part of the competitive. There's so much pressure with that, and then like making 1 or 2 mistakes will like cost you so much stuff like that. So
I mean. I
think it also getting matchups that are favorable for you is a big deal.
Yeah, I got clapped by 10 Bird. I was 1 game away, and then I got shit on by 10 Bird. I got complete. He killed me with Flitica. That's how much he destroyed me. He just destroyed me with Flitica.
Okay, if you lose to Flitica, it does not.
Yeah, I mean it was just doomed. I mean at that point.
Yeah, there's definitely like there's always that we always talk about. There's always that one player who like people will say like, oh yeah, I do really well against them, and then other people are like, wait. He shits on me all the time. It's just like,
oh yeah,
it's just like you realize there's so many different play styles that someone can do really well against others, while you do really well. You just get clapped by them. But in the likewise, you look up to the other person who claps them. It's just like it's like a weird like kind of like triangle. Like how does this work, right? Like it's just a lot of different.
It's just matchmaking RNG, right? Like you fight. The last stage is honestly if you fight. I mean, it depends on how good you are as a player, obviously.
Yeah.
Like some players, they have everyone's favorable for them. Like. Not gonna name any name, and then some people are like they're like 50% win rate. They're gonna have a harder time, right?
Yeah.
50% win rate players are gonna rely a lot more like matchmaking RNG, give themselves the good opponents.
Yeah,
but like if you're like consistently good, then like you do well against everyone, then it doesn't matter as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like let's be real. Like 10 Bird, I mean, he's strong against so many people. He's not scared.
Timmer's one of the best players, right? So
I mean, so like 10 Bird, Aether Bulge, you know, all great players. So they're not really scared. Whereas people like me, shitters with like 52, 53, 54% win rate, you know, it's really really hard. It really is. Every match is a toss up, and then you're not sure if you're gonna end or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
What do you guys think
just
about
like,
someone's in chat said they should make Legend top 150 to 200. I think that's a terrible idea.
I mean, if they did, I would have had 2 Legend frames already, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah,
I think they should
really
make Legend top 100, only top 100, because make it any higher, like the prestige doesn't feel as good, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make it top 50. Make it top 50. That's more fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to have like an elite bracket for
Yeah.
people to go for.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, it's going to cheapen the game.
It's like League of Legends. I mean, they have Challenger, and that's only 200 people, and their player base is so much larger than Epic 7. I mean,
yeah,
right.
No, I think keeping it top 100 is really nice. Like,
I think 100 is nice.
It's like I feel like top 100 is like a good point where it's like, you know, especially because it's not just one server, right? It's like all the servers.
It's all
so
servers.
It's a small enough pool that it's like, oh, everyone, good amount of people are gonna be fighting for it, which is nice. Top 10 is okay. Top 10. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Top 10,
top
top
10,
3.
man.
Dude, that'd be fun though, you know, like
No, if anything, I feel like they should give a very special frame for the top, you know, if they want to do that. I don't mind them. Yeah, top 3 or something, right?
Yeah,
they
top
make
3
like
or
an
something
animated,
should be
like the
special.
world championship frames. It's like the animated ones. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool for the top 3 people. But
actually, no, they should only do it for rank 1. Honestly, if you're not Hall of Fame rank 1, you shouldn't get a special frame.
and then we're also gonna hear Andrew say like, nah, yeah, screw this rank 1 frame. You know, it should be top 100 next time.
No. I will always be on the belief that it should be top 100 Legend and top 1 should get a frame.
Like a special frame.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
That would be cool. I mean, like an animation where that plays every time you load in or something. That would be awesome, in my opinion. Like you find a match and it plays like a special animation.
That actually sounds really cool. At the same time, honestly, that actually sounds pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. If like the rank 1 player gets an animation, so like when you queue into him and he uses that frame,
Now you know, yeah, you
like
can pre-ban.
like oh no,
you could just
like the
play
matchup frame.
the Rem S2 animation like a few times right before you fight him.
No, I was gonna say like you know when you
request that
queue,
only.
you have the names show up, right? Like in the middle, like you'll see his frame like lock in, like it'll appear.
Oh,
So
I
it's like,
see.
oh, you know you're against someone with that frame, you know, that kind of thing. Next to his name, like it'll show up an animation.
That would be cool. Yeah.
You know what they should do? They should you know how they show who's first pick? They should have that during ban phase. I don't know why it's only like for 2 seconds.
I agree. I agree.
Wait.
Yeah, if you miss it 2 seconds, you don't know who you're playing against in your ban, and that actually affects you a lot.
Solara says lets you record your own voice loading into match. That sounds like the worst idea ever.
Dude, that would be funny. Right?
It's funny, but
Like,
I can just
it's so
imagine,
good.
dude, people would be like, get shit on and stuff like that. It's just like,
Get
oh,
shit on,
so
nerd.
toxic.
And then
My
it plays it when you lose too, to add.
Oh
insult to
my god.
Maybe you could pick one of the voice lines from the game and have that play when you load in.
Oh, that'd be kind of
Okay.
cool.
honestly, 7 needs some toxicity to spice things up sometimes.
Nah.
Voice chat after the game.
What the heck?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know about that.
one.
I'm just kidding. You know,
Dude.
just,
I would be a little. I don't think that would be very nice.
Kiss
I
my
would be
feet.
Very angry.
All right. Well, all right. So, okay. Probably end it here. Pretty
Okay.
nice podcast. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining.
All right.
Had fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks
yeah,
so
thanks
much,
for having
Gabe.
me too.
Yeah, podcast is awesome.
Yeah. As always, thank you guys for watching podcast tonight. And if you guys want, you just plug in your socials for your Twitch or whatnot. Your links itself again, real quick before we end, and then we'll end off there. So same order. Let's go. Start with BestKapkan.
Okay. Yeah, I stream over at twitch.tv/BestKapkanNA. So it's literally just my name. I don't stream very often recently. I've been really busy. A lot of applications are coming up for me. So yeah, but I will try to stream. You guys go check it out. You can.
Thank you, Mace.
When I stream, it's twitch.tv/Mace1370, and you can find me on YouTube. The channel is Mace1370 Gaming.
Thank you, and Andrew.
You can find me at Lunel __.
2 underscores.
Yes, 2 underscores.
All right. Thank you. And, as always, thank you guys for joining. I know some of you guys are in later time zones. Appreciate you guys staying up. And with that said,
no problem.
all right. See you guys next time. Peace.
Yep.
Yes.
Bye.